Okay, I'm back at my computer now. Now this software has so much potential, I'm really excited to show you it. There's probably many ideas you have for the software already, but let me explain the two main problems that this software solves, and you can probably come up with some ideas of how you can use this software. The first problem is that if you have a website right now that's a technical website, say for example, it was created by a developer, it was created on a site builder, and you want to leave that site builder. If the page itself was created and it's a blog on WordPress and you can't find the details to make an edit and you need to make an urgent edit now, this is where Revamply comes in. Without needing login details, without needing to log into a website editor, WordPress, or have a developer edit it, Revamply will give you the ability to edit your website as you want to within a matter of seconds and have it live updated on your site instantly. The second big problem that Revamply solves is that when you make a change, especially if it's to an opt-in page, CPA landing page, local business page, or a sales page, you want to know whether that change has made a positive or a negative impact. In online marketing, there's no guesswork. It either worked or it didn't, and the only way to find that out is through statistics and seeing how people react to the change. If you see more people are opting in, if you see more people are making sale or buying, then it means that that was successful. If they're less, but you can't really know that unless you do this thing called split testing. And what Revamply will do is it'll allow you not only to add your websites, not only edit them, but also split test them within its split testing functionality here. You can even turn off split tests as you want, deactivate them, and that's really useful because you can see if one particular page is working better than another, you're seeing more leads come in for one page than you are for another, then it means that you know which is the best. You can turn the other one off and test something else against it. So I'll show you that functionality. Today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a number of different examples. First, I want to show you how we were able to take this template right here and we were able to change it to this template right here. At the end of this video, I'm actually going to do a what's called a time-lapse video, where it's actually going to show you how we built this page from this one right here with Revamply. And you can do this as well in your business. If you've got a web page, for example, a template, and you want to adjust it completely so it's completely different, you can do that. Start with a really rough base and then come out with a software that looks like this in a matter of minutes. Also, I'm going to show you how you can edit opt-in pages from site builder pages like this. You might have some of these yourself that you may want to split test. Also, I'll show you how to change a local business website. Now, this is one of the biggest opportunities with this software because think about how many businesses out there would love to change their website without a developer. You can do that for them. One of the ideas that came up the other day as well that we're looking to implement in our business is actually making changes to websites that don't look so great. Now, this website is a really nice website, so this isn't one of those examples. However, if you find a website that could be improved, that's a local business website, why not add it to Revamply, make the changes, and then ask the business if they would like to purchase those changes from you. You can show them a mock-up design, and then if they say yes, they can hand over $1,000, say for example, and then you can make these changes live on their website. Also, split testing for local businesses is a huge business right now, especially with businesses such as this one right here that potentially get millions of visitors per year coming to their website. A small change can make a massive difference. This one, they've got, as you can see, 7 million views in their YouTube videos, so they're probably getting about 1 million hits per year to this particular business's website. Now, if they make a change, they want to know it's going to convert. They want to know that it's going to make them money. What Revamply will allow you to do is easily test different headlines, test different logos, test different color schemes, and see how it's performing immediately as it's happening. This is really useful, especially for larger startup companies, local businesses, or anyone that's online paying for advertising. So that's an introduction of what we're going to cover today. Let's get into the demonstration of Revamply right now. Now, the first step when you get into Revamply is you're not going to see any of these websites right here. These are websites related to our account. We've obviously been doing a lot of testing on this account, and you can see a lot of different websites here. Your first step is to go to Add New Website and then add in your website. In this case, what I'm going to do to start off with is I'm going to add in my last launch website. The reason I'm doing that is we had a change that we needed to make during this launch, and I wasn't able to because my developer was asleep. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in this change right here. I'm going to put in vid envision enterprise, and I'm going to say start revamping. What it's doing is it's actually loading up the website now in the Revamply editor. As you saw, I didn't need to log into anything at all. I just took the URL and I was then able to add that URL into Revamply, and it does the rest. Now that it's in Revamply, I can edit this as I want to. This is the Revamply editor. It's drag and drop. You can add additional elements here, choose from different designs in your different elements. If you want to split test, you can save your work here, and then what you can do is you can click on here and you can say create new variation, or you can say duplicate this variation and then customize a new variation. So in this case, what we might want to do is we might want to use this as our original variation, and we might actually just duplicate this variation right now. Now I'm going to save it first, so I'm going to click save. We've saved this current page, so it's going to stay as it is, and we'll say new variation. Duplicate this variation. I'm going to name this vid envision 1, and I'm then going to go ahead and duplicate it off this this current work that we have, this current sales page we have. There we are, so I've created my new variation, and I recommend doing this for every time that you go ahead and you want to recreate a page for testing. You want to split test a headline, a video, a layout. I recommend first of all going up here and creating that new variation. It means that you'll have your previous work saved. It'll stay the same on your website, and then you'll be able to create off that for additional variations. Now we can create as many variations as we want. We could recreate a completely different template if we wanted to, as well as store that as a variation too. Okay, let's make some changes to our website now. So the editor makes it really easy to make changes. We can change anything on this page. What this site editor has done is it's divided these elements up. So we have an image here. We can delete this if we wanted to. It'll slide up. The editor itself is quite smart, so you can actually make adjustments. You can adjust the different column sizes. So if I wanted to, say, for example, give myself some more space, I could drag this down. If I wanted to give myself more space, I can drag it up, or less space, I can drag it up. And the columns here are completely customizable, making it really easy to edit everything. You can edit the background, you can edit any of the text here, double click, and you're able to then go ahead and edit this as you want to as well. So we could say this is our main headline here. What we could say is we could say white label writes to vid envision today with a course on how to sell it. So we could test this headline against our other headline, and we would be able to then save this right now, save this as our next variation, and then we could test these against each other. The software is really smart, so what it does is it will actually go ahead and it will automatically test these against each other and show you the results, show you how many leads you're generating, how much traffic each is receiving, and and you can actually see how many additional sales you're making per variation, which is really quite cool as well. So you'll be able to make a decision based on which variation is performing the best, as to whether you're going to stick with a particular change or you're going to revert back to the previous change. We've got training on how to use these different variations and why split testing is so important, how to actually split test and how to come up with the right split testing, and then use the software to implement it. We could, if we wanted to, delete the text here as well. If we wanted to, we can animate our text. So we can animate any part of this. We could make this a rubber band movement, a swing movement. We can edit our video if we wanted to. So say, for example, I wanted to add this video instead to my sales page to test it against the other one. I could add this in. I could say, yep, that's good. And I would just cross, and now it will play. We can also preview our work before we save it, and if we go down here we can adjust the buttons, we can change any part of this. I could change this image right here. I could click on this and update my own image if I wanted to. So I could say, for example, that I wanted to change Jono's face to a random image. Let's say that this is a different person's image if I'm building off a template. I have done that, and now you can see that that image has been implemented. I could also change this as well, so I could change the text, and I could change any part of the text down below here as well. If I wanted to make edits to this plugin right here, I can do that as well. This is actually an external plugin that's been added to the bottom here from a CTA bar, and I could customize my story here if I wanted to as well. All the copy can be changed, so you can literally use a template from one of your previous sales pages or one of your previous opt-in pages, and you can rewrite it completely, re-add different images, and use it as a base to build future sales pages as well. There's also an OTO1 feature which allows you to add any page from around the web and customize off that particular page, which means that you can basically choose from, or the web becomes a template library for you to select what you like and then customize off that, build it into your own work. So you can see here this is all editable. It's all being cut into different images, and we've got our buy button here as well. We can edit that as well. We can animate it. And it's all been cut into different segments. We can also, if we wanted to, if we were missing a few elements, what I could do is I could go ahead and add in some new elements. So I might just drag this down here, and I could add in buttons. I could add in opt-in forms if I wanted to, sticky opt-in forms, in-page opt-in forms. We've got a bunch of different templates as well that you can choose from in these opt-in forms, and we also integrate with a number of your favorite apps as well. We could add in a pop-up opt-in. We can add in social media elements, for example. So I could drag this in, I can add this in here, I can animate it, I can add in my different page names, and you'll see here on load it will now animate. If I go back, I can add in paragraphs, videos, social media, images. It's really easy to do this, by the way. You just literally just drag an image in here, and you can edit it, add a different or a new image in as well if you want to. And all of this is fully customizable. I can even add location targeting. So it's going to tell me right now that I'm in the Russian Federation, and I can add text before this. So I could say we work with the Russian Federation. Or we could say you are in the Russian Federation, our closest branch is in this address, for example, or we ship to the Russian Federation. We could, if we wanted to, drag in FB elements, Uzine integration. There's no limits to what you can do with this software, and if you wanted to, you could actually go down and completely recolorize your background if you wanted to. So I could just drag this in, and I could recolorize this background here to make it stand out a bit more. I could also do the same over here. Recolorize this so it really pops out, and I can have a look at what it looks like, and I can add in a background image here. So I've added in a few more colors. I've added my colors in here. If I didn't like these colors, one of the other cool features of this software is there's an undo button. So if I don't like anything, I can undo it. I could undo all of my changes that I've done, or if I wanted to see what it looks like before and after, I can then redo the changes right here. When I'm ready, I can click save. I can preview, and you'll see the preview right here is loading up. Cool, here it is. If I like this preview, then it's live and working. We can also put this video on autoplay as well through the different settings we have, and it's actually loading up our own video player. We have a video player that comes with the software and will allow you to use that when you're doing your editing as well. Now I've got all our different changes here. We reverted back, remember, so it's not going to show the different background changes, but you get the feel for what this has done. So really quite easy to use. We've saved this, and now if we wanted to, we could go ahead and publish it. Now publishing is really quite easy. Publishing is only something you need to do once, and it uses an embed code. So if we click publish, it's going to publish this right now, and it gives us this embed code right here. Now the software obviously will need to communicate with the page that you add this code to. So this code communicates with us. It allows us to see how much traffic you're receiving. It'll allow you to see how many opt-ins you've got, how your tests are going. It'll allow us also to show different variations as you test your different pages. And the great thing about this is once you've added the code, you've copied it, you've edited it once, then in future, all you need to do is click publish, and it will push any future changes to your website. So you only need to add in the code once. Then after that, you can just save any changes, make changes as you want, and edit your website as you want to as well. Let's go back to the Revamply dashboard right now and look at a couple of different pages we could create with this software. Here's one right here, 3,030 days. So one of the best ways that you can ensure you're making the most out of your paid traffic is by testing opt-in pages. Opt-in pages are usually where people lead their visitors or people on social media to when they come off social media, because it's important to generate a lead and then you can redirect that lead to a different sale. Now I've actually made some changes already to this. I'm going to revert back to what it used to look like using the revert tool, and we'll go right back to my original page. So this is my original page, and I was having a play around with this before, and this is what I came up with. So I've re-edited everything. I've changed the video. I've changed it to a pop-up computer, and you can actually see all the changes that are being made here. I've adjusted the background, and if I wanted to, I didn't like that background, I could choose to go back. Now, one interesting thing about this is that I've done all of this editing through a software. The software is a software by Wishloop, which is called Engagifier. Now, this software is a site building software, and usually what it is it's a software that allows you to build opt-in pages. Now, what I've done is I've taken this page from that site builder, and I'm now able to edit it as I want to. I can adjust any part of this, I can adjust the look and feel, I could adjust the background, I could add a new image to that background, I can adjust how the background looks, and if I wanted to, I could actually select this and completely redo this background. I could redo this text as I want to. I can animate this opt-in, or if I wanted to, I could actually drag this down, drag it down. I'm just going to drag this down, select our div right here. Here it is. There it is, one click. And drag this down. Okay, I'm dragging it down. And we can make room for a FB comment section. So we could actually create our own FB comment section down below. Now, if I wanted to delete this, it's kind of looking out of place right now. We can delete it. And what we can do is we can actually now go ahead to our add elements. We can drag in FB comments. We can drag them in right here, and then you'll see that our FB comments is going to populate down below here. So we could have FB comments to add proof to our opt-in. We could add a scarcity timer to add more urgency to it. And to adjust our FB comments, we just need to add our Facebook post URL, which will be a Facebook, regular Facebook URL. It might be, for example, facebook.com/revamply. Then what it's going to do is it's going to have all our comments that are related to that URL. It'll have them down below, and we can choose how many comments we want to show. I can also go ahead and I can type in here and talk to people once I've saved this page. So you can see how we can edit now a opt-in page, very easy to do. We can click save. We could compare this variation to our last variation, see what converts better, change the headline of this to see which converts better as well. And we could also customize the video to see what converts better. Or we could just use this to edit our website. If, say, for example, we had an HTML page, we wanted to edit this as we wanted to, we can adjust this, make it our own, and then click save. Also, if we wanted to take this from a site builder, we wanted to add it or change it into an HTML page for a sales promotion or something like that where you're expecting a lot of traffic, you can also do that as well through this software. All right, now let's take a local business example. There's two local business examples I have here. I have this one right here, and I have this one right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the project manager example today because I only need to show you one of them. This is a more complex website. Obviously it would take a lot more time to do the editing for this site because there's a lot going on. So today I'm going to show you this website right here for this example. Now you can, if you wanted to, edit a site like this. You would just have to go through the process of editing it, changing the content, making it look a bit different. And you could also show a business how that new change looks, and if they like the new change, they can pay you and you can make the changes live for them. Let's add now projectmanager.com into the Revamply dashboard right here. We're going to add in Project Manager. We're going to add in our URL, click Start Revamping, and it's now going to start revamping this project right here. We open it in Site Editor, and we can now see this page has been loaded up into our editor. Now, Revamply works with HTTPS pages as well. It's really important to mention that because HTTPS pages in the past have been a bit difficult to deal with. This software, we've made it so it will work with these types of pages. Now, if we wanted to, with a website like this, we would only want to make slight changes because even a small change can make a huge impact to the amount of sales this business is making. We could delete this, for example, or put step 1, step 2, step 3. Say, for example, if we put in step number 1 here, we put in step number 2 here, and we put in step number 3, although this is such a slight change, we could measure it and see if it really makes any impact at all. Now, I would assume it wouldn't make that much of an impact, but you never know until you test this. We could also try different brands. If we have other brands using this, we could try different brands and see which brands convert the best. We can also, if we wanted to adjust this headline, the best way to manage your projects. We could say the number 1 way to manage your projects. and we could compare these two headlines to each other and see which one works the best. We could also compare, if we wanted to, the positioning and the font of this as well. If we were to go, say, for example, to here, we were to go to style, we would put font style in here, we could adjust the font and see whether Lato converts better than another font. Because this page is converting or having so much traffic, we might want to create multiple variations, test them against each other. We could test the color, we could test the logo, we could also test how we receive signups. All of this could be edited and tested to make sure that we're getting the best results for the format that we've chosen. Because you don't really know how well something's working until you've tested it. For CPA pages, for example, testing is one of the most useful things you can do. If you have a CPA page and you're doing any testing, or you say want to make money through CPA offers, then testing is really important when you're creating landing pages. You can take converting landing pages and you can then go ahead and edit them with Revamply and make sure that you have the same sort of format, and it should bring similar results that good high converting CPA page was getting. So this is the Revamply software. This is what you're able to do. You can then go ahead, you can create variations and activate or deactivate variations within this dashboard. The site editor button is here. We can also get we can also delete, duplicate, we can grab analytics, and if you've got the OTO1, you can actually use a download feature and download this to your own server. Download your HTML to your own server for this as well. Now, I'm just going to show you the analytics to finish off, and I'll also show you the applications the software accepts. So down here, what we can do is we can go to our analytics, we can click on analytics, and you'll see here we've got total page views, unique visitors, leads generated, and clicks. The data we grab is listed all here. We can also see where the traffic's come from. We can see what browsers it's come from, what operating systems it's come from as well. And you can add an additional external software into Revamply as well to measure those results. You can add retargeting into the software. You can add external tracking softwares, and Revamply will also integrate with all of these different softwares right now. Now we're adding in more all the time, but right now this is the base of the softwares. You'll be able to integrate with the software into the software within a couple of clicks. We've also got a number of features on this dashboard. Say, for example, recent activity. If you want to see what the recent activity has been, or if you have an outsourcing account to Revamply, then what you can do is you can actually review what changes your outsourcers are making too. We've got video tutorials that are located right here in video tutorial, and you'll see them live when this page, when this Revamply goes live officially. And you've seen a demo now of how the software can be used, what it does, and how you can use this in your business. Now, there's many different ways you can use this immediately. It's going to be a huge time saver for you. It solves a big problem, which is, needing a developer to do many changes. And you can edit any of your websites, any of your pages from one dashboard, no matter what site builder, what coding they have. You can do that within Revamply. Even if you don't ever have the login details for it, you can still do that, which is really cool. Okay, thanks for listening. This is Sam Becker. I hope you're excited about Revamply. It's been a long time in the making, 14 months. I look forward to hearing of your success using the software. Go down below, find out more about it, and I look forward to seeing you on the inside.